My first look at Mirage. I know she's been out for 2 years, roughly. So, I just finally finished building Mirage, and there's her head right there. She was a little bit of history about Mirage. I think she came out in 2015. I don't feel like looking at the specifics, but again, she has been out for a while. She was also the very first Warframe that you needed to do a mission for. So let's take a look at her. First things first, classic Harlequin-esque Mirage. A little trickster. Let's take a look at her abilities before anything else. Hall of Mirrors. That's the most common ability I see used for Mirage, simply because it creates, well, doppelgangers, clones, images of Mirage, that if I'm not mistaken do a certain amount of damage, and yeah, it does 10% damage at base rank. Hall of Mirrors. Mirage creates an entourage of doppelgangers to confuse and distract the enemy. I'm not entirely certain if they distract them, but I know that they are useful. Again, this is the most common build that I see for Mirage. Sleight of hand, a natural prankster, Mirage booby traps nearby objects. That one I'm kind of curious about, but gotta wait on that. Eclipse, if I'm not mistaken, this recently got a bit more of a rework due to lighting on low light levels, specifically Grineer tile sets like, oh, I don't remember the specific tile set, the ship one. Standing in light, Mirage deals heavy damage, while in shadows, make Mirage difficult to track, even harder to hurt. Really curious how that one plays out, if it actually works as well as this says. And then we have the infamous Prism, or Disco Ball of Death. We see two of the things other than Mirage using this. We have the Stalker that uses it, and we have Sentients that use it. Now, from my understanding, the Prism, partially because of her lore, I'm presuming, the Prism will seek out the Sentient, though do 0 damage. I don't know if this has ever been fixed, or if it's just a lore thing. Could be either one, but supposedly does 0 damage to Sentients. When she's maxed out, I will do a relook, go to Lua, and check it out. I'll actually specifically build for Prism, just for that. Oh, and her passive. I don't know what the name of it is. Long-lasting slide and faster acrobatic maneuvers. Awesome. Mirage is squishy. So, that'll make it a little bit easier for me to evade. Now, I usually like to customize my Warframes just a little bit. So, I don't have any of her helmets, though that skin's pretty nice. I don't have anything to really customize her with. Honestly, the Harlequin helmet looks best. I'll eventually get it. I think I have to build it. And of course, I don't have any of the skins, just the Deluxe that's out. No, pardon. Deluxe isn't out. That's just Tenogen. Pardon. Now, seeing as the only ability I have out is Hall of Mirrors, I'm going to go check her polarities. Having a Naramon polarity works great with Energy Siphon R, which will, if you guys don't know, and I'm sure most of you do, give me more energy. Just a basic duration build just to get started. Vigor for a bit more sustainability. Better yet, I'm just going to go ahead and throw that on there. For more shields. For health. Just to have her started out. Later, when I get some more ranks on her, I'll add flow and various other things and work with a decent build. One that I feel works for my playstyle. I am more of a DPS player, and just in general, I run Boar for the most part. Okay. So for this that looks terrible. A pink Boar just does not work. Alright, so as mentioned in the description and in the title, I'm going to have a little bit of lore. I think I mentioned in the title. Either way, if you think about it, if you've played her mission, you will know that Mirage has a bit of a tragic backstory. During Strange Messages, the quest to obtain Mirage, The Lotus slowly gets transmissions or something that reminds her of what happened during the Sentient War. Specifically with Mirage, like how she was lost. And personally, I'm presuming this was the Prime frame. I have a whole theory about Prime versus Base, and I'll cover that in another video. During the mission, hidden messages. During the mission, hidden messages, Lotus was getting transmissions and memories were coming back to her. The reason why I say it's tragic is she was fighting with everything she had, and was eventually downed by the Sentient and killed. The whole time, Mirage, being the trickster she is, and was laughing. Even when she was captured and about to literally be dissected or killed, we can only speculate she was killed, she was laughing. Lotus couldn't get to her. What else can you do? What I personally presume is that the Tenno that was controlling the original Mirage, like the first Mirage, was just a maniac of sorts. They loved pranks, they loved fooling the enemies, etc. And that just played well into the powers, and they focused it around Mirage. During the Sentient War, she's in a situation that is just overwhelming. It's her soloing a whole bunch of Sentient. Now, again, this is going personally, I feel plays into the Prism ability, seeking out the Sentient. The dealing no damage part bothers me. I'm going to have to look into it, test it, see if that actually is true. I know the Sentient do the same thing. Here's pure speculation that the Sentient got that from dissecting Mirage, the Warframe. Like, they didn't get to the Tenno, obviously. Now to do a mission. I'm going to make this one solo just for pure... Oh, man. Take the back. I'm going to run this mission for that catalyst, and we'll see how well Mirage does. It's on Pluto. I'm going to die a lot. Unranked frame. If you guys have any comments on my lore speculation, or if it's been confirmed, or if it's non-canonical anymore, if it's not canon, let me know, and I will redact that statement. Until then, I strongly believe that that is still canon and will always follow as such. Alright, so we have Frost, Octavia, Frost, Octavia in this mission. Let's try out hallucinators. Okay, so one doppelganger. Dealing a little bit extra damage. Supposedly this works a hell of a lot better with a gun. So I got 4. I don't know if they just fire straight or if they fire in the same target. I'll have to look into that just a little bit more. And don't lose Mirage. Let's stick with next one. The goal is to unlock every ability and at least test them once. Mirrors, so far for me, lackluster, but again, it's on rank 1. So I'm not going to have all 4 doppelgangers. You're probably wondering, look at that. Max rank, frame rank 2 already. And yes, I'm very much aware I'm a terrible shot. Why do you think I'm running a shotgun? I used to think Mirage was more of a neat frame than anything else. As a little note about my sidearm Angstrom, do not run it on low level frames, especially if you're bad at a shot as I am. When I first got it, I was running Valbon level 0, Akkad, and I didn't know what the gun did. I didn't read the description, I just built it and ran with it. Well, I mean, aside from the one time I've been down, it's not terrible. Hall of Mirrors doesn't last as long as I'd like it to. But, again, low rank. I really need to come up with a decent color scheme for. Looking at the level bar, she's already almost level 3, or rank 3.
Still working on it. Continue to defend.
Alright. So far, for the most part, not a bad run. Really curious about the flight of hand. Just unlocked it. Yeah, flight of hand. I don't entirely understand how it's supposed to work. I'll give it a booby trap thing. What specifically does a booby trap? I didn't look it up. I'm presuming like ammo pickups and stuff like that for when the enemies go over it. Explode. Kind of like that again.
Terminal hacked. Keep moving.
There's also not really an indicator of what got booby trapped. I kind of feel like it should run like job on grenades and have a smaller, well, not just a small indicator on the map.
Doors are locked.
I guess
Time to break in.
is what I'm asking for. No, not even on the map. Just give me like a little glow. So, indicator in the gameplay more so than the map.
Override successful. Let's get going. Alarms reset.
Not really much of a damage frame. I'm going to guess veterans already know this. Most people have already played Mirage.
I'm in, Tenno.
And I only just recently got around to her. Mostly started off as I just wanted mastery fodder. As terrible as it sounds, since she's such a decent frame. Most common Mirage I see, especially running tougher missions like anything on Eris, Pluto, or endurance runs. I've seen a few Mirage on endurance runs. Don't know how well she does on mod. I don't even have mod unlocked. Cyanoid. Cyanoid Simulor, or just a Simulor. Mirage with Hall of Mirrors. Interesting. Takes out pretty much everything rapidly.
Still working on it. Continue to defend.
Not much else I can actually say, so just enjoy the gameplay. Still gonna presume that it's game bubble. You know, I probably shouldn't have used Mirage on the Corpus Cemetery stuff for the switch. 2 different frames just for this mission, simply because of the nullifier level instead of the Hall of Mirrors doppelganger.
Mission complete. Corpus walkers are heading to your location.
See, up until I started doing hidden messages and actually trying to get Mirage, for the most part I found her annoying and would just jokingly make my Warframe sit down and do nothing when Mirage is around, especially if you're like on a COD or something similar, or like a defense mission. They generally have everything, especially if they're running the Simulor or Cyanoid Simulor or the Vortex. Okay, so I made it to rank 6 in just like 10 minutes, maybe. I don't know. Wasn't paying attention to how long I was in there. Let's see. She is super squishy. That much I do know. Thankfully, I had frost bubbles to stay inside. Don't really know what else I can add at this point. Now let's go run a solo mission. See where that takes us. I feel like an exterminate on Saturn would be a decent start. It would help if I remembered Saturn. There we go. Okay, maybe it's not solo. I forgot to close it. Doesn't matter if people pop in, that's fine. Prisma Skin Ziphos. Alright.
There is a large platoon of Grenier
So,
Marine stationed
little look at her
here.
abilities.
Leave no one standing.
Eclipse. This is actually a decent tile set to test Eclipse on. Alright, so let's get a base value from my bore. About 250 per pellet, I guess. So I have 12 seconds to find another enemy and see if being in the light really does affect things. Oh hey, alright, so there's a bit of a... Yeah, it did affect things. I don't know if you saw it, but that was probably with a critical, so I guess it doesn't really count. And I wasn't paying attention.
You're on the sensors now. You've been detected.
Oh, what goes up here? Yeah, no, amateur move. Fixing that completely, like I did. Mirage is now rank 7. 3 more ranks and I'll have the final ability. Prism. Okay, so as I had said before, super squish. Saturday just in general sucks, leave the comments below. Preferably things that add 2 like little tips and tricks to do better than just telling me I suck. Oh look, I now have 2 doppelgangers. So I'm running at 3 frames, technically they're doing a certain percentage of damage. Which is doing a scale by 5, so 15% zooming. And I'm also guessing that goes off of the power string. So on a big flip, remove all the mirrors, and I'm just going to come in here and run. I know, hollow mirrors work so much better when you're firing a weapon. You know, she actually isn't that bad. She's kind of fun to run. Having that damage modifier with the flip is really nice. Well, I mean, in general, running down to like, thanks, Rhino dude. Some small boost of damage really helps. Put Rhino before I die. So I looked at the Hall of Mirrors before I did that. Hall of Mirrors, pardon. Oh, okay, so there's a bit of an indicator to get a little shockwave, a grid shockwave thing coming off of Mirage, I'm presuming. I don't have the energy to flip. I forgot to disable voice chat. So that immediately. So used to playing on an actual PSN party that it just didn't occur to me. Okay, now that my mini heart attack is over, back to the mission. So that dodge is actually pretty nice to have. She goes further.
Watch yourself. Grenier are on the way.
Okay, so maybe not the greatest idea to shoot barrels that close to me.
Doors are locked. Time to break in. Override complete.
I
Move
am,
on.
in all honesty, kind of hoping that by the time I get out of here, go ahead and default to using Orthos. I'm a melee runner. I'm not a gun runner. That may change when Harrow comes out. Whole new topic there. I'll go over Harrow and shit like that when he comes out. So would Eclipse classify Mirage as a bit of a stealth frame, since if you stick to the shadows, you're cloaked a little bit, you're also muffled. Doing the whole heart of the trap part from like grass or high echoes and all that. Primarily seems like, or just in general everything. So I'm basing Warframe logic off of real life logic, which doesn't entirely work. Ooh, don't pull up the aim strap. Doors back there, I'm not good. Oh, I'm so glad the Angstrom does not hit my team. So I may end up having to actually look at Eclipse and getting augmented for it.
You have broken their ranks and they are on the run. Another successful mission. Find extraction.
A little damage buff and stealth buff, which is pretty nice. So I'll take a look at the augments later. After I max her out, I will be able to get all the augments, little builds for it, and just see how it plays out. Now it's time to get out of here. No distractions came right through the fucking door. And I forgot I had the Angstrom. Now I feel like an idiot. To be honest, I absolutely love this little pistol. If I can avoid it. If I can't, this happens a lot. I'm not gonna lie. It actually happens a lot. Especially on my lower ranked frames or my squishier ones. Plus I have a modded to do 3,000 damage. If you're curious about that build, I can show it to you. It's a very basic, damaged, and proc build. Ooh. Yay. 2x of 9, but I'm not even going to bother with. Let's not forget the blast radius on the Angstrom is pretty freaking out. Alright, so she made it to rank 9. Still can't use Prism. One more mission. Let's see how this works out. Wolf Demon Rin. I feel like I've played a game with Wolf Demon before. Leave squad. Friends only. No, I probably can't because of my master rank, but let's see if I have any mod capacity now. I do not. I do, however, have a catalyst and, pardon, a reactor, so. Don't necessarily need range with Mirage, so just, let's go with steel fiber, just for a bit more survivability. Especially if I run into an instance where I'm blowing myself up with the, well, with Angstrom. Let's just go to Ceres instead. Exterminate Grenier, low level, I don't really care. It's literally just to test this out. Half a rank to go, and I'll have Prism. I don't know what he has to say lore-wise, other than what I already did, and I just feel like I'm rambling. I can't be the only one that feels like the load times take way too long.
There is a large platoon of Grenier Marines stationed here. Leave no one standing.
Ballistics and archaic weapons. Crude and dangerous. Just like the Grenier.
A little bit too easy, one-shotting everything with Boar. Again, well, it is Boar Prime, it is my sortie weapon. Oh look, Heroic Consultant. Classic, Guardian, pardon. Classic. Note to self, do not enter, do not go and jump in the lava. It doesn't kill you per se, but it will relocate you. Reduce some Prism map, or pardon, Eclipse map. Lighting's everywhere. The Grenier seem to be really good for that. Don't get me wrong, Corpus ships have some lighting differential, or pardon, differences. But I feel like Corpus ships and tile sets excel at it.
We fought with
Earth is a fun one, especially the night cycle. If anybody sees this and has a suggestion, give me a decent Eclipse build, or just some suggestions for a decent Eclipse build, just whether it's just duration, or the strength, or the combination of the two. I'm up for all suggestions. So I don't want to be running a Hall of Mirror Mirage. That's cliche. I get it, it works. But I want to see a build that isn't Hall of Mirrors, that I can run normally. I mean, I get why Hall of Mirrors is is extremely viable. I definitely understand it. It works. You're getting bonus damage out of it. The two together, I'm sure, actually boost the damage of the specters. I'll have to look that up. Not specters, doppelgangers, as per the ability description. To me, it's a specter. Call it what you will, it is still a specter clone. Oh, there was the item, okay. And I blinded him. Cool, okay. So, sleight of hand will latch on the container. Duly noted. Now that's going to be harder if I decide to do endurance runs on, say, Moss. Because after a certain point, you just don't have it anymore. So now I'm going to keep the container. I hate bombards. I don't think I've ever mentioned that to you guys. Not so much for the damage that they can do, but more for the fact that they're not dropping a specific stance mod that I need. Can't remember the name of it, but it's for single blade, like the Skana, or yeah, for like the Skana. Broken War could have used it. The polarity didn't match. Twin Rising, no, Rising Phoenix. I'm still hoping for one of these days that I'll eventually get it. I can see Hall of Mirrors melee being useful during infested missions, instead of what I'm doing here. Is there a way to reduce like how far they're away? I feel like they're sitting farther from me than most people. With range effects. That's something I'm gonna have to look into.
Doors are locked. Time to break in.
Yay, time to break in. Kill everything first.
Breach complete.
I still don't have prism, so maybe this map just wasn't the right one to choose.
The enemy is broken. Well done. Now get to extraction.
I mean, probably by the end of it, I'll have prism. I don't really feel like I should necessarily all know what prism does. It literally creates a little prism above my head that shoots laser beams out of it. Yeah, it'd be nice to show. I might not get a chance to test it. Or I may just open up the squad and go to a con and do one last run before I decide to bail for the night. Cool, it's blind stuff. Oh, it's not just one container. It's all items within the radius. So I may have to go with the range build for that. If I want a scenario build that range. So I'll have to see if there's an augment. I'm sure there is. Okay, so got out of there relatively unharmed. Range 10. 20 minutes. Well, now that I have Prism unlocked, I'm gonna, since I don't have the Simulacrum unlocked, I'm gonna go to Captura and spawn in a couple enemies and see how it goes. Two Oaken cells out of that, sitting at 200k, not bad. Okay. Corpus ship. Great thing about Captura is soon we'll have multiplayer Captura and Simulacrum. That I might actually finally grab a key for. That was shown on DevStream 93, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, so we all know Hall of Mirrors. And we all know Eclipse and Sleight of Hand. Prism. There's supposedly a glitch, which might be that because I don't think a singular prism has that many lasers on it. Supposedly there's a glitch where you can make a permanent prism. It'll just float there. It takes such a long time to cast. Okay, I'm wrong. It does have a lot of laser points. If I'm not mistaken, each laser does damage. I've never PvP'd against Mirage, but battling the Sentients and Shadowstalker, kinda get the feel for it. Though Shadowstalker rarely uses it, the Sentients, can't remember which one, uses it, but they use it fairly often. Gotta love destructible tile sets. Okay, so let's go ahead and bring in some enemies. Probably gonna bring in any disruptors or something. Okay, bring in bombards, as much as I hate them. And just for a decent test, let's make them, oh, say level 50. Simulate. So I have Holomirs. Okay, it did help a little bit, but bombards just aren't that accurate. Oh, that's cool. It seeks out enemies, is what it seems to be doing. Hit scan weapon, bore. It does bore count as a hit scan weapon? Yes, I'm sure it does. If that's spread. Okay, so as gorgeous as Prism is. Oh, I can detonate it. Okay, that's pretty cool. Check this shit out. Boom. It's gonna be like a real rave up in here. That seems very useful against sentient, or really anything that's flying. Let's see, I should have one enemy that flies. Yeah. Let's not make him level 50. I want to be able to one-shot him with Prism. Boom. Simulate. Yes, I am using... where did they go? Now the question is, everywhere that the light touches? Ugh, fucking brokers. Gotta love... especially these. They're decently powered. Does it deal damage to them, though? I'd say enough to make it revert. Well, they're dodging all my shit, so... don't worry, I'm much better at the index than I am here. Just trying to kill one of those. Alright, so what we learned today is Mirage isn't as bad as I thought she was. She's not as annoying. She's just super squish. Or super squishy. But what do you expect from a glass cannon / trickster? Whether or not she truly is a glass cannon, that's up for debate, I guess. Since she doesn't deal a shit ton of damage, but with those doppelgangers, she does deal extra damage. Now, at rank 10, I do an extra 15%. Alright, so every time that ranks up, it's an extra 15%, and I'm sure that scales with power strength. Sleight of hand also goes. Alright, let's look at Prism's stats. Power range in meters, duration, number of lasers, like that increases, it appears. Energy a second. Blind. Okay, so it blinds them. I guess I missed that. Okay. Sorry for my ignorance. Thank you for watching. Leave comments below. See ya.